Hello, my name is Ieva Alhasova. I'm the head of Entrepreneurship and Innovation Programming Unit in the Ministry of Finance. As one of the last speakers, I will try to be fast. I have noticed that some of you are sleepy. Some try really hard not to get sleep, and some succeed and some don't. So as I said, I will try to be fast and not to get bored. So I have just a couple of slides with statistics. Statistics, well, how bored that could be, right? So here you can see the general information regarding the EU funding allocations between the operational programs. The biggest part is infrastructure and services, more than 70%, and this red one is entrepreneurship innovation, and the small one is human resources and employment. Together from the European Commission, we have gotten 4.5 billion euros for this planning period. Here is some rates regarding absorption. As you can see, then what concerns the received advance and interim payments from European Commission, we have got 1.5 billion euros back already, and among the new member states, we have the fourth best result. What concerns the OP entrepreneurship and innovation, as you can see that we have 4 priorities. The biggest one is research and innovations, more than 60% or 450 million euros. The next one is access to finance, which includes guarantees, loans, mezzanine financing, etc. And the smallest part are promotion of entrepreneurship and technical assistance. Here you can see some short comparison between the previous planning period. As you can see, then in the previous planning period we had only 4.4 million euros dedicated to innovation support. In this period we have more than 230 million euros. The similar situation is regarding the R&D in science, that in previous period we had only 36 million euros for this dedicated. Now we have more than 220 million euros. Of course, we have some key challenges, and one of them is the insufficient level of R&D expenditures. One is capacity of research potential, and also low level of R&D commercialization. So here you can see what are the key policy directions, and the first one is development of frameworks to strengthen long-term cooperation between enterprises and researchers. The second one is support for development of innovative enterprises, and the third one is access to venture capital and early stage financing. Well, here you can see that the 2 main measures. First is science research and development, with the total funding more than 200 euros, and the main objective is to strengthen the capacity of scientific and research potential. And the next measure is innovation, with more than 230 million euros, with the main objective to promote entrepreneurship with higher value added by providing aid in developing and producing new products and technologies. I know that the State Secretary of Ministry of Economy already in detail discussed all the programs they have. What I wanted to stress is some programs from the Ministry of Education and Science. The first one is support to science and research. The first calls they have closed, and there are more than 100 projects now. Here is this activity called High Value Added Investments, which we are going to launch at the end of this year, with the maximum public co-financing from one company, 3 million euros. And also this new product and technology development program, which also we are going to launch at the end of this year. As I mentioned, we also have this measure for accessibility of financial resources with the aim to facilitate access to financial resources. And under this measure, there are several programs such as loans and guarantees and mezzanine financing. We are implementing also this co-investment and growth funds, which we are going to implement in the next year. So I will skip these slides as I know that the State Secretary of Ministry of Economy already went through them. A little bit about this, about the next period, where we are and how we have prepared for it. So there are the main key dates. What I would like to stress is that on the October Commission will publish the new regulations, which we are waiting really. On October, November, we will have a discussion and a public consultation on the cohesion policy priorities. We will have this conference. And on the fourth quarter of this year, national concept paper will be submitted to the government. And in 2012 and 2013, during these years, we will develop these new EU funds programming documents. And we are going to submit these documents to the European Commission on the 30th of March 2013. So we hope that we will start the next planning period from the very beginning of the planning period, meaning in the first quarter of 2014. Yes, and a little bit about this interests of Latvia, what we have set for ourselves. That firstly, we want the financing. We think that financing should remain at least the same in absorption figures as for this year. It means 4.5 billion euros at least. We agree with the Commission that the next period should be more result-oriented, and comparing to this period, we have 3 operational programs. In the next planning period, we are going to develop 1. And also we support a wider scope of financial engineering instruments, namely that we want to shift slowly from grant financing to financial engineering instruments. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ieva, for your presentation.